Hi guys, Dave in Texas here. What you're looking at is my little tradition Les Paul I have in my office today. I'm editing videos and I'm working on one. It's called the failed repair on the Epiphone Comet. Alright, and after doing this video I started recognizing a trend with a lot of these old amplifiers that I've not spotted before. Now, what's been happening is you got investors that buy these to fix them up and resell them. You've got players that just want to play it, or you have a combination of both. Now, as an investor, most of these guys know not to put too much money into these amps, right? Especially if only the power light comes on them. And some people have told me, well, the power light came on means the transformer must be good at least. That's not always an indication that the power, the transformer is any good at all, right? There's certain things that you got to be aware of. First of all is, what's the value of this amp? Say, on the open market. Say it's $400 for this particular amp in perfect working condition. All right. Of course, that's that's not proven, but just say for example that's what it's worth, $400 on average. Now he paid $150 for it, which is way too much. Okay, 'cause the only thing that was working on it was the the light. Okay, and that's a problem. Now when you're buying these old tube amps, right, first of all ask the owner what was the last repair done on them. Okay, does he have the paperwork for the last repair? Most owners on these amps keep those papers with the amp. They don't throw them out. They want to keep track of what kind of money they're putting into these amps, right? So they don't get ripped off doing the same repair over and over again. Okay. Now, second thing to do is ask the owner when it was retubed. When's the last time new tubes were put into it? Does he have receipts for those too? A good owner will have those. Okay. They'll have those receipts showing when the new tubes are put in. If they have none of that, none of the above, start being kind of leery about that amp. Next, ask the owner if you can take his amplifier to your amp technician to be checked out. That you'll pay for the job to be checked out. Offer to put a deposit down for the price of the amp. If he outright refuses, then say, well, walk away from that amplifier, because most likely he knows what's wrong with it, especially the ones that don't play. He knows what's going to cost to fix it. Doesn't want to pay the money himself because it's beyond the cost or value of the amplifier. Pretty simple, huh? Now, some things about the amps themselves. Check and see when you turn it on if all the tubes are lining up, or if they're glowing too brightly like a Christmas bulb, right? Next thing to check is the fuse. Make sure to not put overrated fuse inside the fuse holder. So it calls for a 1A and there's 2A in there. Don't take any excuses to walk away from that amp. Somebody's going to blow on it. Something's burned up on it. It's just pretty much shot when they have to do that. Next, check to see if it's got a two-prong cord. If it's not grounded, especially the older amps from the 50s, 60s. That's going to cost you a minimum to repair that. Get rid of that old death head cap in there and put a grounded cord on it. There's your first charge, right? Okay. Now, on this video, you're going to see the time it takes, or edited time it takes, to go ahead and check these amplifiers out, and why it costs money to do this. You're into 2 or 3 hours worth of your bench time to go through and check everything, and it's well worth it, because a lot of this on this video here will show you that, well, I thought from just looking at them, there are new replacements on these orange drops, that there wouldn't be a problem with them. But turns out that most of them are shot. Even the new ones, the older ones, the old brown dog turds that are in there were okay. It's like, wow, figure that out. The older one's good, the new one's gone bad. And another reason why it's being sold, I'm pretty sure. Now, the cost of these tests vary from company to company, from state to state, but a lot of these companies will actually roll the cost of a bench test to tell you the cost of repairs back into the cost of the repair. An example, this amplifier here, there's a bench fee, and rather than just me saying, okay, that's what's wrong with it, I said to the owner, why don't you let me go ahead and replace the 2-prong cord on with a 3-prong, use the bench fee cost up in some repairs that need to be done anyway. It might help you sell this amp in the future to see what's been done, rather than to see, you know, all the stuff that's still wrong with it, you know, if that makes any sense. But last thing is, guys, you know, don't just fall in love with the amp because it's old, right? Even those amplifiers that look like, God, what a great deal, $100, you know, it's not even worth 10 cents. It's all burned up. Okay, even the speakers are shot to pieces. I've seen that happen. Somebody say, "Oh, great, it's an old Fender amp. I can't wait to hear it play." Well, you know, $900 later, you may hear it play. And yes, that has happened. It's like, oh my God, what did you walk into? And a lot of people that buy these amps, they do it on emotions only, thinking, "Wow, I can't wait to get my hands on that old amp, get it working, get Dave to fix it for me." And that to bring it back to reality and say, well, to fix this thing's going to cost you a fortune. And is it worth it to you or not? And then that's when you make that decision. Am I a player or am I an investor? Okay? Because the investor will say no and cut his losses, right? Which makes sense. The players say, oh, I'll go ahead and fix it no matter what. I want the amp playing. And I have those too. And, you know, I feel for them. I try to give them the best prices I can, which are, you know, half price amp repairs, what I offer, and I still do that. You know, help out the musicians, okay? So again, this video is about helping musicians, trying to help them spot this trend in these old amps that people are selling. Most of them know what's going to cost to repair them, and it's probably too costly for them to, you know, do it and still make a profit on it. Therefore, these old amps that are for sale, right? Never ever offer them the same price they're asking. So $150, no, $50. That light comes on. If you want one, $50, because there could be, like I said, $900 for the damage to it. You just don't know. If they're not willing to let you take it to your technician after you made a deposit, you know, unless there's logistics involved, like shipping it, you know, across the country, turn it down, walk away, right? And those other little things I mentioned, the fuse, the cord, and all that kind of good stuff, all that costs money, all that comes into play, and you just don't want to get stuck with an amp that's going to be so much more costly than it's worth, you know, to repair it, right? Unless you're in love with that particular amp, which some people are, you know. And I do, like I said, do my best for them. Anyway, any questions, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you with them. Hi guys, Dave in Texas here, and what you're looking at is my little tube tester, okay? And what we're doing here, we're testing the tubes on a Comet by Epiphone, right? A little tube amp from the 60s. Now the problem with the Comet, I've had 2M before this one, is that there's 5 different schematics online that claim these are the correct schematics for the Comet. And of course only one is correct, obviously, because they're all 5 different. Now, there were revisions, I understand, to this amp over a period of time, and that could reflect that the reason for those different schematics. But only one will match yours, okay? So you got to be very careful about that. Just don't go, well, that's what it is. And also, the schematics on some of them call for different tubes, like same size tube, but different value, and that'll screw things up, right? So the first thing I do before I even get into the amp, I make sure to test what kind of quality the tubes are at and see if there are any problems with those, and go from there. All right, because if there's something wrong with it, weak or something, it's going to put me off on a false lead. You know, try to repair something that doesn't need to be repaired, just tubes replaced. Okay, so go to shorts. Now what we're looking for, guys, on this little light here, it will stay on when I move through the pins, okay? Won't flicker. That's not a problem. See a little flicker? No problem. It's got to stay on to show me a short in those pins. All right, 67. One more time. Goes back to 8 on D. And it's on 8. All right. Now for the emissions test. Ooh, went right to good real fast. Right. So let's get the chance to heat up a little bit, and we'll put it on the life cycle test. And it's moving. Please don't go to bad. Come on, baby. This does take time, guys, but I want you to see if it moves at first. Usually it continues to move as bad, okay? and it didn't. All right, let's go to the grid leak. So kind of we got there is perfectly good. Look at that. Wow, that's way pegged. Okay, and the tube is warming up. You can see it kind of glow right now up there on the top, maybe a little bitty tiny bit. Let's go back to emissions, right where it said good. Now it's warmed up. Let's do a live test on it one more time. It's slowly moving as it's warming up, but it's wavering. Okay, that's good. Okay, this tube is good. All right, so we'll let that cool off for a second, then remove it. One thing I did notice on these tubes was they're kind of loose in the amp itself, and that will be rectified because the pins are loose. So I'll tighten those pins up when I clean them. All right. Just a little bit on the bent side. Not good. Okay, I had to pause for the cause for there a minute, and let's get back on the road. All right, testing the 60U7 again. We got it on 3, 6 on D, and 8. All right, we'll check for the shorts. Again, watch for the flickering light. Means nothing. We're looking for a solid light. Alright, we have a flicker on this one. Alright, go back to 8. Okay. And go to emissions test. Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright, that's showing bad. Let's give some time to heat up just in case before you write it off. Well, can't test it on live live test. It's already showing bad. Let's go to grid leakage. And absolutely nothing. It's just not working. Okay, it's just bad. Well, here, emission is starting to warm up. Finally, Jesus. All right, so it's warming up. I just barely see a glow because this tester does not put a lot of power to these. It's just enough to test it. All right, let's go to grid leak. All right, grid leak showing good. All right, so that's a good tube. All right, let's turn that off. Just a little bit warm, which is what it should be. I may retest that one later on, just to be on the really safe side. And I will clean the pins on all these tubes and the pins on the amp itself, the slots for them. So there's a good contact, and that's what it could have been. These are very crusty pins. Well, they're having trouble getting in there. Alright, so test for shorts. Now, since I've been doing this, oh geez, there's one right there. Alright, on pin number 9, I've got a short. See that solid light coming on? That's not good. Alright, so that's a bad tube just to begin with. And this is a short on 5, 4. It's just a bad tube. Alright, let's take it to emissions just for kicks and giggles. It's not going to work at all. Okay, so we got one bad tube so far out of 3. Set that on the side. Alright, the next tubes we're going to test, power tubes, the EL84s. Alright, so let's go back to our book. We'll look up an EL84. Okay, goes to number 3. It's like a brand new one. Alright, this goes to number 3. Alright, it's on 6, it's on D, and it's on 8. Alright. And I test that also on F and 1 and 3 on this thing. Okay, this is on 3 here. Alright. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm saying. That's on, let's see, 6, D, and 8. Okay. So I'll check it on 6D, 8, and 3, which it is right now, with nothing on it, right? Then 6F, 1, and 3. It's got 2 tests you got to run it through. All right, this happens a lot. Okay, here we go. Shorts. Okay, remember the lights got to stay on, not just flicker. And it doesn't take much to get it to come on. It's like it just got short, it pops up right immediately. All right, let's try the emissions test. All right, let me do some heating up. Of course, it could be bad. Okay, stick it to that. It's good on ground leakage, grid leakage. Sorry, grid leakage. All right, let's try it again on emissions. Let's let it heat up a little bit more. Give it some time. Oh man. Alright, so we have 2 bad tubes out of the 4. Alright, that one goes away. And here's the last one, same type. It's EL84. Okay. EL84. See, if it doesn't pass one test, it won't pass the other. Okay. So it fails on one, it fails on the other. So no sense checking it. It's just stupid. All right, here we go. Now, shorts first. Look for the solid white. Nothing. All right. Emissions test. That's bad too. Alright, so what we're looking at, guys, here's the front of the Comet, or the Epiphone Comet. And this is a little, nice little amp. I mean, this thing is in like new condition. There we go, now you can see it. 2E Comet 2, I don't know. But you gotta keep looking, because I had 2 of these before in the shop, and it was very confusing about them too. Each time it's like, which one are you? And you know, search those schematics so you finally find the right one that matches up. Nice thing about these, they made a lot of them, and they made them very well, thank you. I mean, very well. And I've always been impressed with these little tube amps. You want a tube amp, guys? An old one? This is the one to own, okay? Speakers, you know, don't last forever, but usually are pretty decent. And with an upgraded speaker, they sound great. I've done that a few times, improved that tremendously. All right, now, as you're looking across it, you see it's got loudness, yeah, right, volume, treble, bass, reverb, depth, and a tremolo, and frequency, and speed, and all that kind of good stuff. And power polarity, look at that, okay? And on, off, on, right? Makes a lot of sense. But anyway, this thing just spins around, I'm told, so it doesn't work at all, right? Which it doesn't. You can see this, all right? That pot or that switch is totally dead. That's why you can't turn it on. So it's just round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Now it could be, it's just not on there very well, right? Nope. It's just spinning on the shaft too. It's not just spinning. The knob's not just spinning. The shaft is too. It's just a dead pot switch. All right, here we go. Next step on this little jewel is to take this little chicken head off here, right? And verify what I'm talking about. Make sure I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. Gotta see where I am here. Of course, these things make it real easy, right? Come on, guys. Any future amp builder, use Phillips. You know, good Phillips screws. Don't use those cheap ones that strip like crazy. Alright, now, does this spin around too? Yes, it does, okay? That's the problem, turning this thing off and on. See, it just went right into the... So it's just totally broken, alright? So I won't be testing it on as yet until I rig something up to make it, make it run. But in the meantime, I'm going to switch this thing around, let you see the back. Alright, the back of this is pretty straightforward. It shows 117 volts, right? Which you can't read because the light's too much on it. Well, let's try to zoom in. 60 cycles, 6 amp, alright, 1.5 fuse, slow blow. A little sign pointing to the speaker if that's not really clear. It says it takes a 6B Q5, 2 of those, a 6FU7, a 6EU7. I don't know what the hell these things say. Anyway, I never trust those. I always check it against the print because they'll have the correct one on there. All right, but look at this, guys. Inside this little tiny amp, you got a reverb tank, right? Really nice one. Okay, see that little tank down there? That's the reverb tank. And you got the original foot switch still installed. Now, here's why it's still there. See that little caddy they put in there? That is original. And here's your little tremolo and reverb. Isn't that cool? Now, he doesn't know if it works or not, because he can't turn it on, but anyway, we are going to disassemble this, take the chassis out, put the tubes up, connect it back to its own speaker. I got a test speaker here that's, let's see, what is that? I'm not sure. I have to check it and test it, but anyway, we'll test it and see what it is, and hook the chassis up to it, probably be safe, and go from there. Have it setting up with the tubes on it and see what gets hot and what's working and what's not. Okay guys, what you're looking at is the back of the Comet again, but one thing I failed to mention, which is extremely, I mean extremely important on these old amps, is that this one does not have, come out here. This one does not have a grounded plug, all right? Now, back in the day, this was okay, no problem, all right? And it's going to have a death heads cap inside of it that if the fuse blows, this blows, more than likely there's a capacitor hooked to the fuse and then to the chassis to keep it running. The chassis becomes hot and can fry you, okay? Especially if you touch it or the guitar and touch the microphone that grounds you, or you become the ground. Not a good thing. So, before I do anything on these things, I replace this little monster here. That's kind of like a rule of the house, of the shop. I do not let these go out the door as is, alright? If you don't want it done, don't bring them to me, because I'm not going them out the door with a 2-prong plug. No way on earth. And see where we go from there. Alright, hang in there. I'll take the chassis out. Okie doke. Well, you didn't see it, but I saw it. Somebody's been in here and did some partial recap on this thing. Alright. And the other caps are all original. Which, if you want to do a recap, do the whole thing. Don't just half-ass it. Of course, everybody goes, oh, it's the tone, it's the tone. Oh, come on. I've seen people bitch about that and have brand new speakers in their amps. Like, what's wrong with you people? Alright, well, this is a nice little amp. It's got not only a reverb, it's got a foot pedal on it, all you know, original. Okay. It's a safe amp except for its, 2-prong plug. And I'll show you that here in a second. And we'll have to take that plug out. I've already disconnected the foot switch, the reverb tank, and the others to it. Alright, the speaker. And I've marked those accordingly. So there's no question about that, because somebody was real clever. Replaced some wires with 2 brown ones. It's like, what the hell? What are you thinking? 2 brown wires? That's confusing as hell. And the speaker wires are the same thing, 2 black ones. Like, that doesn't help much. Of course, you can get a reading on them, tell which one's which, but it's much easier. It's like one's red, one's black, that kind of stuff. Make it easy on us guys, geez. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on the floor. Alright, so let's look and see what we got here inside the chassis, alright? Just kind of go over it a little piece by piece. See if it makes any sense to y'all. The pointer out, get my big ass hands out of the way. I've been told that. David can't see because your hands are in the way. His fingers not long enough. Some bullshit. Anyway, okay, so we've got some orange drop caps that are taking the place of the brown dog turd caps, and a bunch of them, guys. Alrighty, take a look at this board here. It's almost all orange. And I'm willing to bet those orange ones, the orange drops, are in much better shape than the brown ones. The brown dog turds, okay? course, they're like old Mallory's. I'm not sure, but anyway, you got some really outrageous wiring going on here in this thing, with a lot of resistors, transistors, blisters, misters, and sisters, and all kinds of weird shit. All right, but it's very clear to me that whoever did this, is kind of partial recap. Let's see what they did. All right, they replaced this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. It looks like they did a very, very competent job, guys. Now the board has bowed on him. All right, and I'm thinking that was just from age. You can see how it's got a kind of a rounded shape to it. That happens all the time. They sag or they bow, it just depends. Of course, I've seen all kinds of things in these amps. I mean, stuff that's like, wow, that was really clever. This guy's good. To whereas, oh, this really sucks. What was he thinking? Now, he did a great job on this. Now, I usually complain about the overglue, right? And you can't see it, sorry. I'm the first one to get on a soapbox and bitch about people using too much hot melt on these caps. But this guy, didn't do it too badly. Alrighty. So, what I'm going to do is look around this little jewel. See if I can't figure out all about this little tool here. My little on-off switch. Man, it's just broken. It's come completely away from the chassis, everything. That's gotta be replaced. I don't know if you can see it in here, guys, but I'll show you. I'm just pushing it down a little bit. My big fat fingers, I keep forgetting. Look. Okay, this has been replaced. Alright, see? It has been replaced. This is a newer switch than it normally goes in here. And it's failed. Alright, it's come completely off the body part, right? Split. Oh, and I see a little metal part in there just kind of floating there freely. That's never good. That's a pin that's come off the on-off switch. There's another one coming about to fall off. There it goes. Thank you very much. So I've got to get in there and get those out of there. Those are just little shorts waiting to happen. Okay, so let's get that out. I'll show you this. See this? That's off the on-off switch. There's two of them laying there. Again, there's three now. See, three. These. Where are you, camera lens? Sorry. Come on. Jeez. These can cut short so quick. Alrighty. And they're just kind of laying around. There's three of those. See what else is on this switch. Anything else going to fall off of it? I think that's about it. I've got to mark these pins. I'm going to replace this. And of course they're all white. Isn't that just lovely? I love all white tubing. I love all black tubing. Sorry. I love all one color wiring. It makes it so easy for me. Right? And he twist tie these loosely. I'm sure I know the reason why too. So you don't get these bundled up too much and get heat generated. But of course he's marked these. Again, I'm sorry guys, my big fat hands. Alright, let's get some light on it. Let's get over there where you can see it. He's marked these with some tape. Same thing I do. I mark what they are, where they go. Let's see what this says. That goes to the fuse. That's pretty cool. Which it does. This one goes where? Let's push it the other way so we can turn around and read it. Where did you say this one goes to? Come on, baby. And surprise. This goes to the B center. Alright. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, there's your light. Your mains. Alright. Secondary. There's a little jumper board down here, a little drop-in board to hold the death head, a couple of resistors and caps, full diodes. That's odd. There they are. I'm looking right at them. Anyway, what I'll do on each of these, since there's not that many to begin with, I'll go in and test each one of these and see what kind of shape they are in circuit, okay, and show you that as best I can. Of course, the problem is the LED I use on my tester, it's very hard to see. You have to kind of flick it around like this, back and forth, you know, kind of twist it so you can't get a glimpse of it, you know, since it's the way it is. But we'll put these old broken parts in there because everybody gets their old parts back in my shop. We don't say, oh, we replaced this, that, and the other, and we threw it away. You know, for some reason I never did trust people that did that. Especially at car repair shops. I just replaced your steering wheel. And yeah, well, it sure looks like the same one I came in with. Oh yes, it's the same type, same model. But that's not what we do here. We give you all the old nasty parts back, make sure they're safe to touch. And you can throw them away, keep them whatever you want to do with them. All these old amps, a lot of people save them and say, hey look, see, I did do a refit on this, recap, retube, re. I'm very curious to know what kind of shape these are in, these parts, right? Especially the brown ones. Like I said, those are originals, very old, 50 plus years, and very prone to fail. Okay, I mean very prone to fail, especially at this late date. And when you put new parts with old parts, everybody goes, oh, it's not electrically. I think they don't like each other, you know? I just think that's the way it is. It's not that you're putting more power to something, you know, that's common sense type of thing or electrical sense. I really think they just don't like each other. Going, oh, I'm a brown cap and you're an orange cap and we're in opposite camps. Yo is a Yankee cap and I is a Rebel cap. I don't like you. That's why they don't want to work together. Okay? Yeah, that's it. I'm a total loon today, guys. My son's coming in from his camp. I can't wait to see him. Okay? Okay. So, let's get these prongs on here. Let's start testing. We're going to test left to right on this board. And the first thing I'm going to test are these brown caps. Alright, and see what kind of shape they're in. But I gotta make sure I'm not touching anything else. That's really close to that other one's leg. We don't want any cross readings. You gotta be very, very careful about that. Right? And you don't want them touching each other either. And they're all really jammed tight in here, and that's touching something else. Don't want to touch the chassis. Don't want to touch another one's leg. All right, now are we? No, it's going to touch that leg. It wants to touch that resistor's leg, guys. It just wants to touch it. You sick little bastard. Okay, so here we are. We got clamped up. It's touching plastics. That's no problem. But it's all clear on the legs, I think. Let's see. My head in there. Yeah, it's just barely missing that one. Okay, so here we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check. Okay. Well, that's only got 8% loss. That's great. That's a good cap. Okay. I may be pleasantly surprised and find out this does not need a recap cap. Oh, where's that other brown one? Right there you is on that side. Where's your other leg though? Damn it. Oh shit, you're way down in the group. So the problem is, all these amp manufacturers, damn, I'll have to take that out. Okay, a lot of these manufacturers, what they'll do is just jam these things just unbelievably tight with other parts. So they'll have an eyelet meant for 2, they'll jam 3 in there. Rather than expand the board, expand the design, oh, we can fit 16 parts in that eyelet, just stick it in there, just make it hot, make it work. They made it fit. Okay, so I gotta get this resistor out of the way. Sister, you gotta move, Mr. Resistor. Twisted sister. And not touch anything else. And I don't break you. And I don't break your solder off either. Real careful. I'll tell you what, guys, sometimes these things are like surgery. You gotta be so gentle with them. Okay, so I can clip the other leg very readily. And now I'm not touching anything. Now I'm going to touch something. Now I'm not touching anything. Now, do I have a clear line to that one leg? I do. But I've got to hold it because the clamp is going to lean and touch something. So quickly, I'll test it. See what kind of shape it's in. It's a 4% lock. Okay, it's not bad, guys. 2287. All right. What is this, 22? Again, I don't have my schematics in front of me. Let's see if I can get a reading on this body. 22, right? Uh-oh, that's a .01. What did that thing read? Yeah, it read .9. Okay. Yeah, those 2 caps are good. Alright, no problemo with them. Okay, so those 2 old ones are good. What else is old in here? That's only 2 old caps that I see in here. He's replaced all the other ones, just those 2. The rest are replaced. Let's see. Let's go around the line of the resistors. What kind of shape they're in, Mr. Sister Resistor. Twisted Sister Resistor. That, I always thought that should be a product, you know. He should go in business and make resistors, you know. Twisted Sister Resistors. No, that's not good. That's a 35% loss on that resistor. Okay, that's going to have to come out. Number 1. Of course, I'll take it out of the circuit and test it too, just to be sure. Well, I hang a new part on there, but these are dirt cheap. Okay? So it's not a really lot of big price involved when you do these. Oh shoot, sorry guys. I'm way down here testing these things. Alright. Okay, a diode is 64.1. Yeah, that's correct. It's a diode. 64.1 microfarad, microvoltage, sorry. MAMD. UFMD. Okay. You're touching me, you're touching me, he's touching me. Mommy, she's touching me. Okay, here we go. Come on, quickly, quickly. Give me a rating. No, it's gonna test nothing. Zip. Okay, so that's no good. That's gotta be replaced. Alright, going down the same board. I've got to go in between. If I can do this, not touch anything, I can't do it there as touching. Okay, so I gotta lift up that resistor. Mr. Twisted Sister Resistor. Right, now it's not touching that, but it's touching that little contact spot, a little solder spot. Now it's touching that again, the other resistor. This is the contact spot. There's not enough space in there, David, damn it. Okay, you're going to have to hold it, alright? So, to hold it, get it like this. I'm going to be able to see the board for the results. Let's keep my big ass hands out of the way. Alright, now it's shit. Now it's contacting it. I didn't know. Okay, well, that's probably because I couldn't get a good contact on it. Okay, let's test that darn thing that's in the way above it. That's what it says. I really need to test these power caps. And what they've done, it looks like these have been used to replace a can cap. I'm almost 100% sure. They have all of the, I can't see what the value is. It's 22, I think it's 22,500. Yeah, 22,500s. If I'm not mistaken, they have all the one polarity wired all together like you do when you replace a can cap. See all this? Show you this real quick. Look in here, right? See all these legs wired together? Well, that's how you overcome a can cap being replaced. Very simple. You know, of course, the can cap, depending on what the values are, all right, can be 4 times as expensive, even 5 times more expensive than doing it this way. Okay, sorry, fingers. Then this way. See it's pointing here? Pointing here. Okay. Anyway, this is the right way to do it. So I'm going to use the same method on another amp I'm working on, old Gibson. Because that can cap, they don't make that those values anywhere near it. Okay, as weird as they were, so varied. And it definitely needs to be replaced. So we're going to have 3 instead of 4 lining up here. And there's positive there, and there, and there, and there. But I still need to get some glue off and test these. Damn it. And he did such a great job of the shrink. Everything on this, just perfect. Okay? Dang it. I need to verify it so I don't say, oh yeah, those are okay. There shouldn't be a problem there. But I can't, no I can't, because if these were just wired to one thing here, the positive side were wired to one spot, I could test it. You know, I could just take the negatives off, but I've got to cut off his, okay, I have to cut off the red heat shrink right here and unsolder and untwist all this and test these caps. Just to be safe. Because they're new, but I mean, how new is new? You know what I'm saying? Because some of these orange drops I thought were new or bad. You know? So the obvious thing to do is be safe. You know, they'd rather have been sorry. Oh, there's an orange drop touching a resistor. That is never good. Okay. And I guarantee you this guy didn't do this, but he should have put on a heat shrink on this as well. Where did the orange drop replacements? Because that was actually touching that resistor's leg. The second time I've seen that. Okay, so what we got on this one? Alright, come on. It's going to test nothing. Can't figure out what the hell it is. That's never good. I can tell you that right now. Okay, this one is wired into several other ones. Same as the other one, but sometimes you can get a good reading. Sometimes you can't. And you have to take it off the board and test it. Take it out of circuit. And I may just have to do that. 3% loss on this one is a 22. Now let's see if we can read what kind of cap that is. It says 22.43 is a 22. Not bad, so it's not very much off. Let's try this one again. Just to be safe and happy. And it's so close to that one too. And it's kind of like, well, if they are bad, it'll, you know, help me to go ahead and put shrink around them. Of course, I do not like using electrical tape. That one's good. It's never the answer that I've found. At least not a very good one. Kind of like a very bad patch job. Now we have heat shrink tubing. I've also had a lot of complaints about me using heat shrink tubing, right? I'm sorry, using my soldering iron just to shrink the tubing. That one's good. It's like, guys, as long as it doesn't break loose that solder inside that I'm shrinking up against, there's no problem. And usually it doesn't. Of course, I check it by pulling on it. And all the time I'm doing it, well, I had it happen once, you know, I have a bad problem with one. And that one's got a 62% loss, guys. Okay, so that's a bad resistor. Okay, so on the next one, we're going to check another resistor because we've already checked those brown caps and the only two on there are good. That's what's really surprising. Some of the oranges are bad. Okay, Mr. Resistor, what are you going to tell me? You're 1609 picofarad. I don't think that's right. I'll have to check that out of circuit, guys. That doesn't look right. Just looking at the size of it doesn't look right. I could be wrong. It's 1609. Okay, here we go. What else we got here? Okay. One thing's for sure, I'm not really checking the exact color value. I'm just kind of going, you know, first two numbers. Oh, shit, that one's bad. I'm just checking the first two. That's a black and a gold. It's a green and a red. Sorry, that's a green and a red. It's kind of hard to see. Sometimes these things, they lose their color. Okay, so 1646. Be right in there. This is a red and gray. Not silver, gray. Somebody wants me. Let's check that real quick while I test this. If I can get on the thing without crossing it, touching the other thing. Okay, here we go. Now, that one's 2790. That's good. Okay. So many people want to buy something from me. It's like, I don't sell anything, people. I repair it. Please read the information. You know, don't make a jackass out of you and me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's the one I couldn't test. Wait a minute. Maybe I'll test this orange drop if I can get a hold of that one little piece of leg, the metal, if that's going to touch. But it's got a plastic wrap way down low on it. So I kind of doubt it. I'm going to try it. Never hurts to try. No, it does. 556. Okay. Let's go check what it has on the written value. It's a .047. That's the bad. That one's changed its value. That's got to be replaced. God, I'm starting to look at this thing and seeing replacements on all these orange drops. They're gone bad. And that's, you know, that's just craziness. Okay? That's just crazy. I am going to check these out of circuit. Once if I go in and replace them, right, I will check them out of circuit just to be sure. And if they're fine, I'll put them right back in. As long as I don't do any damage to them, taking them out. I would do use heat sinks to protect those parts. All right, what's this one? This is a yellow and gray. 48, okay. Come here, baby. It's off. It's a 48. Let's check this one real quick. See what it compares to. It's a yellow and gray. Now something's wrong there. Well, that's a different resistor brand than these are, these older ones. And these original ones. Okay, let's check this one that's sticking way up in the air. It's very well protected. Okay, let's check this next resistor up that's up above all the rest. Let's see what we get. Where is right here? Okay, uh-oh. Alright, part unknown. Of course, that could be because it's in circuit. That always is a possibility. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Very gently move it. Grab this one right here. Test it. This little plus or minus cap is what? 2 microfarads at 25 volts. Let's see what we come up with. Okay. Not here. It's unknown. That doesn't make any sense. But then again, it's in circuit, so we gotta, you know, take it with a grain of salt. And there are new ones anyway, they're replacements, so it's like no big deal. You know, it's not like the originals. Wow. This thing's got a 76% loss to it, guys. Look at this. I'm gonna try to move this around so you can see it. You know, it's kind of hard sometimes because there's a light shining into the camera. 76% loss. I would say that was a bad one. Holy shit, man, it's 16. What should it be? Let's see what those colors are. 16 is supposed to be a red, brown, red. Where are you? Let's see the lamp. That's red, yellow. So red, yellow should be 224 and a 16. Yeah, it's got a 76% loss. I'd say that's a bad one. Okay, and it looks like I'm taking everything off this board so far. So I might even bother to mark these. It's like everything's coming off anyway. There's not been a whole grouping in one eyelet. It's been good. There's only been one of them that's bad. So it's all coming off anyhow. That's what that one says. I take it back. There's one with 95% loss. Look at this. You see this? This is a 94. Okie dokie. And what else does it say on this? It's a red. Get off there. It says 94. It's a red, yellow again. It's supposed to be 224. Yeah. Okay, so that's got a big loss to it. All right. Next one in line. Another raised one. I'll come back and do this cap. How much of this can you see, guys? Bear with me because my magnifying glasses don't help much. I can't see exactly what's going on in this little viewfinder. Let's test that one. I'm just testing resistors right now. That one's reading as a capacitor, so I'd say something's wrong with this one. That's definitely got a problem. And I'm touching too many things is a problem. I can't get a good contact with this, and it's in circuit, and that's always a problem. And, oh, we got a cold solder. No, we don't. I lied. we got a solder spot that's deep inside of the eyelet. But it's there. You know, first you didn't see it. It's like, uh-oh, there's a reason we got some problems. I gotta clear this leg of this wire. And as usual, they're always on there very tight. There's very little space. Okay? It's not like wiring up the opening of a Les Paul. It's got plenty of slop room. That's a 102. Okay, 102. Let's see what it says on it. It's a black. Is that right? Black, yellow, what? There you go. Well, I can't see that either. Color's faded. It's a brown, black, yellow. Brown, black, yellow. Brown's 1, black's 0, and yellow is 4. So 104, 102. That's a good one. Okay? Nice. Here's one with 99% loss. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's just useless. So far, guys, everything on this board, except for the brown ones, you know, there's a few good orange drops. You know, I'll take that back. But most of them are bad. Or going really bad. 99% loss. That just takes the cake, guys. That's just the worst I've seen ever. Alright, let's see if I can capture this one. maybe I'll get this last one on this little, because they got 4 into one eyelet. You know, that's just too much. Bad design. That's a 210, and it's a red, brown, red. Red 2, 1. What? Red. 212, this is 210. Okay, that's good. Okay. Hang in there, guys. Roger Dodger's on the road, coming to play the jam.